Oh, looks like I'm live. Yep, I'm alive. Let's set the clock. Put the batteries in first. Oh, God. And that's why I take the batteries out. All right. Hour 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're off. Day 2. Okay, day two. Let's hopefully we can get a bit more done today. I am going to start off because I kind of know what I'm doing with the jet bikes and the your basic troopers. These fellas. Because I know what I'm doing with them. I'm actually going to start off and do the Terminators today. Get them started. Get them out of the way. There's only 3 of them. I should be able to bang them out pretty quickly, and I'm going to be using the AOS Retributor models. So these fellas with the big hammers, those guys there. I'm not sure if you, them ones. So yeah, do them. Smash out a couple of Terminators, which would be cool. But first things first, I've got myself a little delivery. Something's turned up in the post, which is awesome. So I'm just going to open that up because if I think this is what I think it is, this could be quite exciting. Hello to you guys who are watching. Thank you for coming by and watching me see if I can do this. It's one of those horrible ones. It's one of those horrible jiffy bags that are full up with bloody cloth or whatever they are. Good God. Right, that can go over there. Right, yes, it is what I think it is. Bag of MDF. Now this is something quite exciting. This is like my first sort of MDF kit I've designed. As you may not know, I'm doing some work with a company called Full Color Fantasy, who do printing onto pre-cut MDF. And so yes, that should be quite sweet. And what this is, you know, you've seen the ridge hauler for Necromunda that's come out recently. Oh yes. Well, this is going to be so that was the Cargo 8 ridge hauler. This is the Ridgeback Hauler 6. That's one of the wheels. That's pretty cool. It's not a bad thing to do. So yeah, I've got this to build at some point, and it makes up. It's like one of the back axles there. Wrong way around, Reese dickhead. Like that. So yeah, and then the wheel. Oh, please work. Oh, so that's kind of like how that works. Like that. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get this built during the time allotted. I mean, it's not part of the build, but you know, it's exciting. So that'd be cool to look at and do. So yeah, that should be quite good fun. I mean, there you go, like part of the side door of the cab there. Again, I do apologise for the fact that my webcam doesn't autofocus. I should really get one that autofocuses, and then you put like a bit of it like that, and you get like a sort of 3D effect going on there. So that's cool. That is good to see and play with. That's the wrong around. There you go. Just quickly do this, and then I'll get on. I'll quickly fiddle around with this, and I'll get on with the actual challenge. Not sure if you can see that little cab there. Cool. Right. Good. Happy days. Move on, Reese. Do some bloody work. Get on with it. Sorry. It's just so much fun. So much fun to play with. So yes, look out for this in the next coming days or weeks. The idea is to get it built and painted ready for next week, and then we can actually launch it on the site. That's better. There you go. There's the cab. How cool is that? That's amazing. And it kind of fits over the wheel hub like so. Yeah. You get it? See what I'm going for there? So that could be cool. So yeah, that's a little something coming up. So that's the ridge hauler coming up. That'd be good fun to play around with later. Oh, that's the roof. That's the roof. Oh my god. Oh, this is just so cool. Enough. Stop. Put it back in the bag. Play with it later. Anyway, so that's that. So look out for that coming soon. This is like obviously the one you build and paint yourself, but there is going to be a full color one, hence the company name Full Color Fantasy. So there will be a full color one. So what we can do is we can print onto this cut MDF. So it's already pre-painted, kind of, which would be sweet. They won't be just like the sort of standard pre-painted stuff, you know, where you've got just block colors. We can actually print textures and gradients and anything. Basically, anything you can print onto paper, we can print onto MDF. So that's quite exciting. So that's coming soon. As I say, log into the Facebook group, or my Facebook group, or my Instagram for updates on that. And then there will be a full, proper Full Color Fantasy Instagram and Facebook page coming. You can follow on and get one, because it's going to be a darn sight cheaper than the current available kits. I can tell thee. Otherwise, there would be no point in us doing it. It'll be very affordable. So that's that. Cool. Right, put it away, Reese. Do some work, some real work, some proper work. Right. Right. Get this up out the way. Anyway, guys, how you doing? Hope you rested. You got a good night's sleep last night. I did. Yeah, I got a pretty decent night's sleep. I've been out this morning, had a haircut, had a walk, done some running around. I've had some lunch. I've got a cup of tea, which is all good. So I'm raring to go. Get this bad boy done. But I have got to refer to the instructions again, because I don't quite know how these retributors go together. I'm assuming, where are we? Sprue A. Where are you? A 14? Is that what we're looking for? No? Yeah, 14 and 15. So 14 and 15. So I've got some ideas for these guys. I mean, they've got the double-handed hammers, which is great, because I want to give them giant axes, which is awesome sauce. And then I want A15. Is that 15? No, that's 3. Where's A15? Is that it? Yep, there we go. A15. Fantastic. Now I'm going to keep the tab bars in these guys, because I want them to have a little bit of extra bulk, and also clipping off the other guys took forever yesterday, so that didn't help me in the slide, especially with my time constraints. So they're going to keep the tab bars, going to stay on these. I'm missing a leg. Am I missing a leg? Oh, well, that's it. Is that it? No, maybe. I don't know. There's a bit. What number's that? A12. A12, you say? Oh, no idea. Oh, let's have that off. I might have already clicked a bit off that I don't need. I'll have to go back through it. Anyway, so that's the plan with these guys. I'm probably going to keep the shoulder pad on the right-hand side of them, the big shoulder pad, and then I'll do something with the right-hand shoulder pad as well. And that could be good. Should be good fun. So I'm going to bolt them out. I'm going to put some tech on their back, and they're going to have arms coming over. They're going to have the weird heads from like the Tech Marines and stuff. Those sort of horrible hooded heads. Right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to bring you down to tabletop level. So if you feel a bit of motion sickness going on, but I'll try and cover it as much as I can. Here we go. Oh, look, extreme close up of my face. Hello, my face. And then so no, I do that. There we go. Is that good? That's good. That's good. And then we'll zoom, chase the day away. That's better. There we go. Groovy Batman Dutch angle. That's all right, isn't it? Yay! Right, so let's see if I've got. Is that everything? I think I think I've got everything that I need. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. That one, because I've been, yeah, they're all clipped out. They're all clipped out. So how does this work then? Is that you? Is that yourself? Maybe. No, I don't know. I mean, these things are weird. Oh, these things are so weird to put together. Damn you, Games Workshop. These are so cracker bonkers. Is that you? Yay, there we go. Right, okay. These things are cracker bonkers. Look at them. There we go. So that's good. We've got him. We've got him. Is that on? Yep, that's it. Right, yes, we've got them all. Yes, great. Fantastic. Right. Good stuff. Let's start hacking these apart. If you're here, guys, say hello in the comments. It's always good to see who's here. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I said I'll keep the big shoulder pads, because imagine that. You see that? That'd be a nightmare to cut out and sort out. What I will do though, these dodgy symbols here, I'm going to file them flat, and I have got some very nice Adeptus Mechanicus symbols I can put on them. So that should be rather groovy. Let's see if I can find some of them so you know what I'm talking about. And these are going to have, like cherubs flying around them and servo skulls. I'll really bulk about, but there we go. Some nice Admech symbols there, which will go on that bit there just to cover them up a bit, just to take the Age of Sigmar-ness out of them. I'm probably going to keep the hammer symbol. You know, it's a hammer, forges, hammers, that kind of works. So that's okay. But first thing I need to do is these heads need to come off, sadly. Yeah, I need to take these heads off. I don't want these heads. So they are coming off. Yeah. Oh, dear. And we'll just clip that off the back there. Do most of the chopping out with the clippers. Like so. So that heads out. What else we got? Do we need anything? Oh, that's a foot. So that goes in there. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yep. That goes in there. And that goes on there. Lovely. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty good actually. It's not bad for a base model of that. So let's have that hammer head off. Clippy knife. Hammerhead off ski. Boop. There we go. Bits box. Lovely jubbly. Yes, I think these are going to work out all right actually. Yeah, once I start embellishing them with a few bits and bobs, like where is it? Yeah, look, they're going to have these axe heads. No, that's not it. Where is it? In fact, the Dominus kit, this one, is going to be used quite a lot on these bad boys, because that axe head's going to go. It's like working in reverse. It's like reversing your car. It's very odd. At the end of there, can you get that? Does that work for you? Let's clip it off. It's a good job. I've got backup clippers. You don't have to see me rummaging around for bits when I do the old dropsies. That was cool. Let's have a look. I'll give you a better idea if I drop all this off. Because this arm will still get used for something. Don't worry. There's far too much good stuff on this arm, but you kind of get it like that. See? Yep. Thanks, Pete. Thank you for saying I got a lovely haircut. Yeah, it was well needed, mate. It was much needed. So we're definitely going to use that axe. We're going to use the creepy head to give it kind of a little hunched over thing. Because I want to build up the back a bit. I want the back to have back and then have some arms coming over as well. So these guys are going to have 4 arms and stuff. So I'll definitely need the head off there. So I need the head. Oh, there's another one. He comes with a very nice servo skull. I've got a bit of a thing about servo skulls. I'm thinking of building a life-size servo skull. I do love a servo skull. I don't know if, look, for those who don't know what a servo skull is, it's literally a skull that floats around with cameras and the like on them. Love a servo skull. So, yes, I'm thinking of making a full-size one as like a prop kind of thing. Perhaps I'll make it into a light as well. Actually, make it functional, which I think would be quite cool. I've always wanted to make one like a full-size servo skull and have it perched on my shoulder. So I'll go to a tournament and have it perched on my shoulder, a bit like a parrot, and then which I think would be quite cool and quite funny. But then also have arguments with it during the tournament, as if like he's telling me what to do and stuff. I think that would be quite a cool thing to do and would freak people out quite nicely. Just sort of start having arguments with the thing. That could be quite good fun. But I've got a nice skull for it as a base model, which could be quite cool, I think. So, what's that? I think is that all the bits we need? I think that's all the bits I need so far off that sprue. So that's that. What else do I need? Shoulder pad. Now, I'm thinking I've got a couple of these. Found them the other day. Whilst I was sorting out my bits. I've got a couple of these. So they're arm guards from a Dark Eldar Talos. I think they would be cool as a shoulder pad. If I can quickly brush this on, and it gives me the vibe of the classic like that, or even like that. Probably like that. That's better. Can't really see. I've got very large fingers. I do apologise for my big, fat, hairy knuckles. So yeah, like a big shoulder pad. It'll give me it gives me that kind of hunched appeal, and it gives me the vibe of like the big alien things in the what's that film? The Fifth Element. You got the big aliens at the start. They're kind of like the walking elephant dudes, the big rounded off guys that sort of waddled along. I thought they would, that gives me that kind of vibe. That and the classic original Terminator sculpt, the prototype one, with the two sort of really curved shoulder pads. So that gives me that kind of vibe as well. But I've got my nicely sorted bits box there. Look at that. Oh, hey, that's nice, isn't it? And that'll give me, and I'm going to go through here and pick out some Tecmo bobbins to go on the backs as well. Don't necessarily have to be the same, but I've got loads of like packs and energy packs, that kind of thing, that we can use. That could be quite good. More of them. And just to bulk up the back as well. I think that'd be pretty sweet. And then there are arms coming over them. So like the gun arms and stuff coming over the top. Again, which I think will be quite snazzy. And again, cableage and that kind of thing. So just give these guys some extra heft, extra bulk. So let's stop talking. Let's get this guy built and see how we get on. Right, so where do we start? Let's clean the body up first. So should we not dropsies. Where did that go? It's a good job I tied it up around here, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to find anything. There we go. I think that's all good. You've got yes. I think that's everything. Yes. Right, let's get him cleaned up. See how we get on. Clean up this neck area. So we're going to build up the back. Just going to have some text going on. Really bulk up that back. So that'll be quite cool. What have you been up to, guys? Anything exciting this morning? Been up to much? Done any hobby? You could have done some hobby this morning, or but generally, I find that Saturday mornings are generally, especially with if you've got kids, there's generally you're running them around to like rugby and dance academies and football and that kind of thing. So that's what I usually find that Saturdays are for. Not so busy anymore, especially for parents. But will you guys be up to anything cool? Hopefully, yes. I do need to move over. I know I need to move over. Before everyone tells me, I'll move over. There you go. But yeah, so the big servo skull. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, I might do that. Let me hang on, just 2 seconds. Bear with me for 2 seconds. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. It was 5 seconds. Got this bad boy. So yeah, I think him go wob 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 wob. You know, just sitting there, big eye, camera at the front there, and you know, perhaps a light coming out. I think that'd be quite cool as a lot of build. Possibly, I could even do it as a live. I'm enjoying these lives actually, guys. I must admit. I mean, to be fair, I think 6 in a weekend is pretty much. I don't want to be doing anything more than that, but I'm seriously considering perhaps every 2 weeks or so, or maybe even a week every week. Just do a live for an hour. We could just chill out with each other, have a bit of a build, have a bit of a chat, have a bit of a beer, whatever. Anyone like that idea? I could do some more of these. I quite enjoy them, and it's just an hour. And what I would do, obviously the 9 o'clock live was a lot busier than the 2 o'clock build, which is fair. I find I get it. I totally get why. During the day is not perfect for most people. But because I'm doing 2 8-hour blocks, I had to start somewhere. And I do need to wind down after it as well. So that's why I did 2 o'clock as my start times. But if I do like a live once a week or once every fortnight, maybe a Friday, maybe a Saturday, maybe even a Sunday. But if I start around about sort of 8 p.m., 9 p.m. on a Sunday or a Saturday, that may be pretty good. That might be a good idea. Just for an hour, we could just chill out. I can build some stuff, you know, build a figure each week. It'll be a conversion. I won't do something straight out of the box. Oh my God, I've dropped you. Let's try that again. I'll get a better setup as well. That's better. There you go. I'll get a better setup for it as well, so the camera doesn't drop every bloody 5 minutes. But yeah, what do we ring? I reckon that's something we could do. If you reckon that was something you could do and follow along with, let me know. It's always good to know. Drop it in the chat now or in the comments later. Because what is cool about doing these lives is once they're done, YouTube just uploads them, which is brilliant. I don't have to do anything, which is a bit raw, and unedited, but you know, it means I'm not spending the best part of a day editing and cropping and doing all that sort of shenanigans I have to do for my other videos. I know it doesn't look like I do a lot of editing for my other videos, but I do. So there. Yeah, Pete agrees. More live stream sounds good. Well, there you go. Yeah, I'll have to get set up because I'm moving in a couple of weeks. So I will have to get a little area set up. I've got the place I'm moving. I'm moving back to my actual house, which is all good. I'm moving back in with my partner, so that'll be lovely. You know, we've reconciled, and yeah, we're moving back in together. I'm probably sharing a bit too much now, but so yeah. But the good thing is that we've got there's a study, sort of office in the house, and I can have a little bit of that. I could have one side of that for my live streams and stuff, so that could be quite good. Get it all permanently set up, and it's not on a bloody road that's like the M25 every day, so I can actually have the windows open and not super heat while I'm doing this. Because at the moment during the live streams, I have to close the windows because otherwise you'll hear cars belting up and down. Because I'm on a fairly busy road. It's a connecting road between 2 major motorways, the M3 and the A3, which all go down sort of like Portsmouth, Southampton way. So I get a lot of trucks come thundering past on the way up from the ports So you know, I was fine, and I'm fine with it. You know, I knew that would be happening when I rented the place, but for live streams and stuff, and even just generally recording, it can be a bit of a nightmare because they come hurtling past. And I'm right on a bend on a hill, so they have to sort of drop down a gear, slow down, and then as they get around the corner, just where I am, they boot it and go flying up the hill again. So of course, anything that's got like a big exhaust on it, or you know, a bigger engine, sort of V6, V8, or even a like a heftier sort of turbo diesel, you can really hear it. And the trucks actually sometimes make the whole place shake. If the truck comes thundering around, it'll make the whole building shake. So not good for filming. That's why most of the time I do my filming late at night. I usually start filming around about, especially for my other videos, I'm usually filming around about 9 o'clock at night because it's not as busy back then. So that's why, which is, you know, it's fine, you know, that's not a problem, but it does get a little bit annoying sometimes where, you know, I'm working on something and I want to film it and I can't. So I have to kind of upset my daily rhythm to fit this stuff in. But, you know, we all have our crosses to bear. So, yeah, so what we got? Yeah, we're like 20 odd minutes, 25, 26 minutes in to day 2. Hopefully we'll get a lot more done today than I did yesterday. Yesterday was hard going, and it was hot. And it wasn't so much it was hot, it was that muggy, sort of lethargic, real draining sort of heat. It was awful. It was a real chore to plough on. I mean, I wanted to, don't get me wrong, and chore is probably not the right word, but it was hard work yesterday. You know, it was one of those days where I really just wanted to sit around and do nothing, which would have been lovely. But, you know, this was scheduled and I wanted to do this for you guys. You know, I wanted to do this and get it done. So I thought, no, put on your big bow pants. Let's get it done. Let's get this, you know, as Boris said, let's get Brexit done. Bloody Boris. I'm glad that dickhead's gone. But, you know, it's not like he's gone. He'll still be there for another couple of months. Anyway, I'm not going to get political. Enough. Let's just say I don't think he was very good for the country and move on. I was very shocked that he won an election. Anyway, yeah. So, if any guys fancy dropping a message or something in the chat, please do. I'll say I've got it on slow mode, so I won't miss you. You know, it'll be there. There's a 60-second delay in the chat. So if I don't reply to you immediately, that's why. It was just to give me a bit of time to catch up with people, because obviously I'm staring down and looking at stoofs. Right, I need to drill out the end of the haft. That's further than I want to go down to. I want to go down to the, yeah, let's take that back to there. Oh, that's better. So I've taken the end of the hammer right down to the hand now, and that gives me a much more meat to pin right into. So let's do that now, and then we can use a nice bit of wire as a pin, and we can pin the cool axe head to this, and that will be pretty smart. If anyone wants to know what wire I use for pinning, this is the stuff I use for pinning. You get it in the pound shop. It is still £1. It's pretty good. You know, it comes with this plastic sleeve, but you just pull that off and you get some nice wire. It's pretty strong. It's steel wire. Yeah, it's 6 meters. 6 meters for £1, which is not bad. So I mean, I think which one is this, and then the packs of cheap super glue. I think I buy one of these and a pack of this every week when I'm in town. just so I've never, just so I've always, lockdown was bad, guys. I mean, I know it was tricky getting food and that sort of thing, but for buying stuff and converting stuff as well, that was also tricky. I mean, yes, it was great that you could get your models. There were some companies that are still operating mail order. Getting hold of crafting materials was pretty tricksy during lockdown. Fortunately, the range, if for the UK guys, I'm not sure if you've got what would be a similar shop in Europe and in the US, if there's anyone watching from there. But the range, fortunately, a lot of them have got Iceland's in them, which is a frozen food shop, for those who don't know. And that meant, because they sold food, they could stay open. And because they could stay open, they sell all sorts of other groovy bits and bobs, like crafting materials and that kind of thing, and spray paints. So that was great. It was handy having a range not so far away during a lockdown. That was very good. So there you go, guys. I've just drilled at the barrel at the end of the hammer, the shaft there, right on the fist, and I've just glued in a bit of that wire. And then I'll have the top of that axe will come off, and that'll lob straight onto that, like so. So let's look at the top of the axe, see if it needs a bit of a clean up. Yeah, there's a few bits that need cleaning up, and we'll get that on now. I think we'll give you guys an idea of what we're actually doing. The Tech Priest kit, Tech Priest Dominus. I think they're like 20 quid, 17 quid. If you buy them separately, don't buy them separately. They are always on eBay, these things, and you can always pick them up for about a tenner, because they're in the getting started boxes. And because they're in the getting started boxes, people end up with 3 or 4 of them, or 2 or 3 at least. And most people don't want 2 or 3 of them; they only want one Dominus. So you can usually pick these up at quite a good price. So there's another tip of the day. You want to Tech Priest Dominus, go to eBay or Facebook Marketplace. You will usually find a Dominus on there for about, I mean, I got my last one from a guy on Facebook Marketplace. I can't remember. I think his name was Magnus. So Magnus, if you're out there watching, thank you very much, sir, for getting this to me so quickly. He did say he might drop by. Yeah, 10 quid delivered. This was beautiful. Can't say fairer than that. That's pretty much half price. So that's why I have no issue chopping it up and using it for these conversions, because that kind of price nowadays is, and it's a wealth of, I mean, you get 2 heads, you get a load of arms with funky rifles, techie arms, which is great, left and right. You get weapons on there. You get an arm with the cane and various other techno bobbins, and it's just a great source of parts for any. Even if you're not going mad like me and converting up every model, you wanted to make a Tech Marine. It's great for buy one of those, mash it onto some normal standard Primaris Marine parts, make yourself up a Primaris Tech Marine. Don't pay the 25 quid or whatever they are. Just do that. Cool. So that's the axe cleaned up, and I've drilled the hole in it. Not sure if you can see that. There you go. And then I'm just now going to just straighten up the bit of wire. Clip it down to make sure I've got the right size. Oh, that's bang on. Bang on. Give it a bit of a rotate. Right, let's get some glue on that. Because this is steel wire as well, obviously you can, once you've got it glued in place, before the glue completely sets up, you've got a bit of time. You can bend it around and stuff and get it all straight. So much easier than when I started out in modelling and cutting bits off and pinning them. God, pinning into metal models, that was a task and a half. Anyone knows that story about cutting things off and pinning models? Right, there you go. Pretty seamless. Like that. That's pretty good. Pretty seamless. So that, did I? I might be able to glue. Can I? Oh, hello. What's going on here? Oh, yeah, that's right. Let's see if I can get them glued together now, because I think I can. Now I've done that. Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. Cool. That's very good. Hey, Mirage, good to see you, buddy. I realised who you were last night. Good to see you, my friend. You gave away a few clues. Know your proximity to Pete, your Transformers name, and your that I used to collect Lego. So I figured out who you were, buddy. So good to hear from you, man. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate that. Sorry about that. Don't be disgusted by the inside of my cup. I use mugs like a wok. I only wash it up like once every 2 or 3 days. I'll wash it out. I live on my own, guys. I'm allowed to be a bit of a slob, and I'm not. And I make so many hot drinks and drink so much tea, it just isn't worth me washing out a cup every day, like every 5 minutes. So I pretty much use it for the whole day, maybe the following day, depending on how busy I am or was or am going to be, and then I'll wash it up. So because it's only me, I tend to do the washing up once every other day anyway, because like I say, it's only me. I don't make that much of a mess on my own. So that's going to change soon, but yeah, at the moment, don't judge me on my dirty cup. Don't judge. Oh, it's quite warm. But I'll say not as bad as it was yesterday. Bloody horrible, wasn't it, yesterday? Oh, that's good. Right. I need his arm. He's got his right arm. Is that it? No. It could be. I don't know. What do their right arms look like? Okay. What does it wear? What? What? If I can't find it, I'm just going to stick the robot arm on him. Because you can. Because, Admech. No, that's not the bloody find it. That's weird, man. What's this? Is this it? What's this? What's this? He's got a little arm. What I will do is I'm going to file this down before I glue it on. Yes, and then I can get the Admech symbol on there as well. That'd be cool as beans. So I'm going to shave most of it off. As I say, when you're modelling, guys, do as I say. Don't do as I do. I am currently cutting towards myself. It's not the cleverest thing to do on the planet. It's certainly not the safest. But I've been doing this for years. I'm used to a little cut on my fingers. I once counted years ago when I worked for Games Workshop, many moons ago. I once counted 32 visible scars on this thumb, like little nicks and cuts and graves, because I was constantly holding figures and like and you go and slice and cut and chop and stab, constantly bloody doing it. So I don't mind the odd little nick and cut every now and again, but you shouldn't have to put up with that rubbish. So don't cut away from yourself if you can. So as I've said in previous videos, I don't make tutorials. I make models for myself, and hopefully people enjoy what I do. If you build something like I've built, just don't build it the way I built it, because it's usually the wrong way. That's nicely smoothed off now. That's all nicely smoothed off now. Those fifth element alien guys are called Mondo Shawan, apparently. Mondo Shawan. Mondoshwans. Trandoshans. Mandalorians. Or whatever. So the good thing is that star kind of looks like a cog. So I'm happy with that. That is good. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's black that on there. Need a bit on there. A little bit on there. I think that's what we need to glue this guy together. Zoop. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Cool. That can't be his arm. Is that his arm? Is that right? No, that can't be right. No, that's someone else's arm. Perhaps we'll look for his arm later. We don't need it yet anyway. It's not needed as yet. And then we're going to get that head on there, like so. Because they've got the hood, so I can bulk out their back with a bit of green stuff and make them all hoodie. That's also cool. So, like so. So let's get one of those symbols on there, though, because we're not going to be able to do that once we've got the head glued on, because the head will be in there. All right, let's click this one of these off. So yeah, Fifth Element. They're cool. They're weird old aliens, but Fifth Element, good film, guys. Not seen it for a while, but yeah, it's a good film. I enjoyed that. It's like Blade Runner with the lights turned on. A very ridiculous film. Obviously, Gary Oldman chews the scenery as Zorg. Was it Zorg? Zorg Enterprises made those guns where everything come out of them, like the flamethrowers and the rocket launchers. They were pretty sweet. Yeah, it was cool. And I believe Brian James. Is it Brian James? He was in Blade Runner as well. He was someone's going to tell me his name. He's like, wake up, time to die. He's trying to crush Deckard's eyes in, and that's when Sean Young's character blows him away. She picks up Deckard's pistol and blows him away. What's his name? Is it Anton? Something like that. Someone will tell me. What's the guy's name in the Blade Runner? He's also in Fifth Element. He's one of the captains of the ship. He's in every 80s. Yeah, Big Bada Boom. Yeah, Multipass. Yeah, he's in every 80s film. He's in Tango and Cash. He plays a very, very bad Cockney in Tango and Cash. His accent is absolutely atrocious. He's worse than Dick Van Dyke and Mary Poppins. He's all very much, bloody hell. Who the bloody hell do you think you are? Cool, blimey, governor. Absolutely terrible. So there you go. That was the symbol filed down. And I've added the little AdMech symbol for the clasp there. So even now, he's looking quite AdMech-y. And, you know, I've only really added an axe head and a symbol. So once I start putting on some wires and shenanigans, but as I say, I'm keeping the tabards because A, they were a nightmare to cut off, and B, it just gives them a little bit more weight to the model. So let's clean up the head. This is the head I want to put on there. Leon, is it Leon in Blade Runner? Just come to me. Possibly yes, Leon. He's the guy. He's doing the void camp test at the start and blows away the other Blade Runner. He goes, a turtle. You know, you're walking through a desert and you see a turtle lying in the space. He goes, a turtle? He goes, yeah, you know, like a tortoise. He goes, all right. Leon. Yeah, Brian James, I think his name is. He was in everything in the 80s. A bit like, I don't know the actor's name, but there was an Oriental guy. He was like henchman in every film. He had like long hair, little goatee beard. Only a little fella. He's in like Die Hard and all sorts. He's in everything. Anything that needed henchmen, he's in it as well. Yeah, he was in loads of things as well. So yeah, the 80s were good for a lot of them. For a lot of people. Leon, that's it. Yeah, it was Leon. Yeah. Yeah, wake up. Time to die. So yeah. But yeah, so yeah, those actors, lots of films in the late 80s and the 90s they appeared in. You know, low budget, big budget, no, bloody everywhere. Which is cool. It was good. It's good. You know, it's good that they had they kind of had a niche and they stuck to it. It's a bit like the guy Robert Zadar. Anyone know Robert Zadar? He's the guy with the chin. He was Maniac Cop. Again, he's in Tango and Cash. And he's in the prison. He's like, you broke that chin. Yeah, he turns up in loads of films. He's in loads of terrible B movies. He's in Samurai Cop, Maniac Cop. He was in Tango and Cash. He was in loads of stuff, Robert Zadar. So yeah, he was quite cool. And who was the other? Vernon Wells as well. Vernon Wells, good old Vernon. He's the guy from Mad Max 2, with the mohawk and the arseless chaps. He's in Commando. I gotta catch you, John. I don't need a gun, John. I'm gonna use the knife. Good old Vernon Wells. He was a staple of 80s films as well. Bless him. I think he's still going, still knocking around. He's does a lot of conventions and stuff at the in America, I believe. Oh, Vernon. So that's quite cool. I'm just fiddling around this head. I want to see what's the right place to put it, and how to. Because I'm gonna have to stick it on and then build up the back with tech and robes and stuff. So I think there, I'm gonna have to pin it. I'm gonna have to pin the bloody thing in, because otherwise it's going to be glued onto a very, very small part. So let's do that. But yeah, so yeah, dodgy 80s action stars. The people who appear in all these films. Vernon Wells obviously quite famously and quite classically revives his character from Mad Max. Wes is the character name. Revives his character in the film Weird Science as well. At the end, when it all starts going a bit weird, it's not exactly Wes. It's not exactly the character, but it's pretty much meant to be the right guy, the same guy. Yeah, he turns up they turn up on their bikes. You've got the guy with the oddly shaped head. He's in a load of 80s films as well. Hills Have Eyes. He always plays like some kind of mutant guy. Apparently a very nice guy in America. The guys have seen him on the convention circuit. An absolutely lovely guy. Can't remember his name. But yeah, it's him. It's Vernon Wells. It's some guy with like half a cyborg face. And then some kind of wench on the back of Vernon Wells' bike. Yeah, so yeah, they're in Weird Science. And so is Robert Downey Jr. Weirdly enough, he's in Weird Science. He's one of the bullies, I guess you could call them. Yeah, the antagonists. But yeah, kind of bullies. There we go. So that's the head. That's where the head's going to sit. Like that. If you can get that. And I've had to just pin that into there, like so. I can whack a bit of super glue in it, and then I can build up the back with green stuff and tech and tubes and wires and all sorts of creepy mabobbins. And I think that was going to look pretty sweet, actually. And it's not too tall. It kind of gives them a bit of a hunchback look as well. Just wondering if I could chop the back out a little bit. I need to do just a little bit of material off the back of this neck part, because it's just getting in the way. Let's remove that. Yeah. So where are we? We're 49 minutes in, and pretty much we've got this guy pretty much done. I say pretty much done. It's at least I know what I'm doing now with this guy. So that stands me in good stead with the other two I need to do, and then yeah, the rest of them I need to get done, and the other servo skulls, the big servo skulls that I'm using as jet bikes. Michael Berryman. Yeah, yes, not Barrowman. They're very different, two very different people. Well, that's John Barrowman anyway. Mirage, I've got a skull. So yeah, I should use this. I often buy skulls and ratty creature and the skeletons of creatures around Halloween time. I often go shopping and also every now and again those companies bring out the build your own T-Rex thing. So I've got a couple of T-Rex skulls. I've got a couple of T-Rex skulls, and then sometimes they do the build the human skeleton, and the first part is always £1, and that always comes with a skull. So I've got a couple of, I'm sure I've got a couple of those knocking around as well. In fact, I've got one that because it's hollow and doesn't come with the top of the head, I've smoothed off the inside-ish, and I use it as a dice pot. So that's quite cool as well. So yeah, skulls, I'm always harvesting and looking for skulls and stuff, especially around Halloween time. So yeah, don't worry about that. I do like my skulls. Okay, so that's cool. So that's on there. So that go on there. I'm thinking perhaps some cloaky bits coming down the back, like so, and then we'll build up like a bit of techie stuff on his back as well, and then we can, like a big generator kind of thing on his back, and we can attach some servo arms and the like to that. I think that'll be pretty good. I do need to find an arm for him though, so I will do that. But I thought it would be quite a bit better if you just watch me actually doing something as opposed to searching them through sprues and stuff. But there, so that's on there, like that. There he is. A face only a mother could love. Yeah, and that's the bit, and obviously that's the big gap at his back here. There's actually got a big gap there. Probably see it better if I do that. There you go, it's a bit better. So obviously that needs filling in now with cables going into his head, like so. And we'll do that. We'll put cables going over, and we can green stuff over it because he's got the hood. We can green stuff over those, which is not a bad thing, and blend them in. So we'll definitely be doing that. Filling out with cables and the like. I've got my bag of cables. I've ordered me pre-made cables, which is a godsend. If you're going to do AdMech armies, always get your cable maker out and make up some cables so you're ready to use them. So if you don't want to be waiting a couple of hours for your green stuff to be curing while you're in the midst of making something. So always have your cables ready. And a top tip is if you're doing something with green stuff and you have something left over, just turn it into a cable. Get your cable makers out and turn it into a cable. Now, I have seen used that you can use combs, just general combs, to make the cables. I will try it one day and see if it actually works. But as I showed you yesterday, I've got my cable making plates. Perhaps you must have seen them somewhere, but if you want me to show you how I use those cable making plates, more than happy to show you. But as I say, I'm sure you've all seen them before on other channels and stuff, and I don't really want to repeat what other people are doing. So I've just jammed this cable in here with a little bit of super glue. I'll let that go off, and then that's going to come up and I bend it. Because it's green stuff, you can bend that round like so. Tuck it nicely behind the shoulder pad. Oh, it has snapped now. Great. Not as flexible. Perhaps a smaller cable then. But let's start to fill out that gap with cableage and stuff. So let's pull out that bit that I've just glued in. Luckily, there wasn't a lot of glue on it, so that's good. Perhaps a thinner cable then. For a bit more flexibility. There, a smaller cable. Oh yeah, that's much more flexible. That should work. That should work an absolute treat. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, and we'll just do that, and we'll just bulk out that gap in the back of his head, which is, like I say, that's the AdMech stuff, the Adeptus Mechanicus stuff. In my opinion, and this is my opinion, it's the closest thing you'll get to orcs converting orcs outside of converting orcs. Because orcs, obviously, you've got a gap or you've got a space or a bit doesn't quite fit. So that's an orc. It's supposed to look like that. Obviously, other things like Eldar, Imperial stuff, Dark Eldar, Chaos, you can't. Well, Chaos you can, but obviously you can't really get away with that. It has to be industrialized and finished. AdMech, you got a gap or something, you just fill out the cables and it's all good. There's nothing wrong with that. So you can just do that and it hides a multitude of sins. So that's kind of why I do lean towards the AdMech a bit in my doing armies and stuff. I mean, this is not my first AdMech army. I remember, there you go. Let me just show you what I mean. So that's that pipe in there. Like so. And then I can just start tucking other cableage behind it, you know, so that cable then becomes like a border, and then I can start shoving other cables in there, just filling up that gap, and it will really give that heavy sort of techie, grim dark feel, which we know and love. I'm going to trim this off, but I'm not going to trim a lot of it. I'm still going to leave it with a little bit spare, just in case I need it to go into the backpack a bit more. But so we'll keep these bits, always keep those bits. But yeah, so now I can start, if I put on a bit of the old gluage on this cable, the thicker cable, this is the one that snapped earlier. And now I can use this, jam it in, let it set up, and then I can glue it back round. Like so. And that starts to fill in that gap nicely, and it stops me, it allows me to fill in a load of detail or a load of space without having to resort to using green stuff. Because green stuff takes a while to dry, and in a time challenge, you don't want that to happen. You don't want to be waiting around for things to dry. So painting is going to be fun tomorrow, because if I use any washes, I'm going to have to break out a hairdryer. And those that know me, I don't own a hairdryer. I don't think I've blow dried my hair for about 20 years. So that's of course going to be very interesting. But yeah. So anyway, guys, where are we? We're at 58 minutes in. So that's the kind of look and feel I'm going for these Terminator type guys. That's the shoulder pad that's going to go on him there as well. Again, it's kind of like because it's got the studs on it, kind of leans into that techno barbarian kind of thing as well. But I think these are going to look pretty wicked. I'm glad that. So that's pretty good, guys. Where are we? So we're showing 58 minutes on the stream. We're 58.3 for 58.1, you know, from point 3, 58 and a half seconds. Seconds, 58 and a half minutes on the clock. So that's pretty good. I am probably going to sign off now. Let you guys enjoy the rest of your day. As always, check out the Instagram and the Facebook. Links should be in the description below. You know, sign up if you can, share if you can. If you think there's something out there that people might enjoy, please do so. Share that for me. I will see you back here at 9 o'clock. So where are we? Come to 3 o'clock now. So in 6 hours' time, I'll see you guys back here. We'll have a beer tonight. Yeah, bring in the beers. We'll all have a beer. I'll make sure I've got a nice cold one on the go. And that'll be cool. So I will see you guys in a couple of hours. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Stay safe. It's a hot one out there. So if you're going outside, Make sure you cover up, hats, sunscreen. Enjoy, guys. Have fun, and I will see you guys later on. Take care.